Imagine it's the year 2035. Take a look at this skyline. You won't see any smog or traffic jams, just this massive, lush forest of glass and steel quietly run by an invisible AI. Life here feels completely effortless, and it all starts right at your front door. Forget about carrying keys or punching in codes. All it takes is a quick laser scan of your eye. The city already knows who you are. Watch how this door just glides open before you even try to touch it. Facial recognition isn't just a tool anymore, it's a lifestyle. A simple digital "Welcome home" pops up, immediately syncing your arrival with the entire city grid. And the moment you step inside, the house wakes up. The lights instantly adjust to match your exact mood. Notice how the smart glass tints on its own? It tracks the sun to block the glare, keeping your cooling costs exactly at zero. Even the thermostat is basically a ghost. It shifts the temperature by quietly reading your body heat in real time. Down on the floor, a robotic cleaner glides around silently, making sure there isn't a single speck of dust. By the time you sit down, a hologram is already popping out of the table waiting for your command. This is what the future looks like. But your morning routine doesn't start with an alarm anymore. It starts with a health check. Your mirror is basically a medical lab now, displaying your vitals and how well you slept. Even something as simple as your toothbrush tracks your data, sending your dental health straight to the cloud. If an alert pops up showing a vitamin D deficiency, the house will automatically adjust your breakfast to fix it. You don't even make coffee anymore. The machine knows exactly when your feet hit the floor and starts brewing immediately. Over in the kitchen, your smart fridge is constantly scanning itself, suggesting meals based on what food is about to expire. And if you run out of milk, a drone just drops a fresh bottle on your window pad because the house already ordered it. You don't even have to think about what to wear. Your wardrobe picks an outfit based on the morning forecast and your schedule. If there's a high UV warning outside, the system makes sure your clothes have built-in UV blockers. You just snap on your smartwatch, and you are officially connected to the city's brain for the day. The second you leave, the house goes into hibernation. Lights, AC, and gas shut down instantly to save energy. Waiting around is totally a thing of the past. The elevator actually knows you're coming and opens up the exact second you arrive. The whole building uses a digital map to perfectly optimize how everyone moves around. Step outside, and your autonomous pod car is already waiting for you. There's no steering wheel inside, just pure comfort. This is what they call the flow. Thousands of cars speed through intersections without a single traffic light or accident. Inside the pod, you can just work or sleep while the city does all the driving for you. Your dashboard predicts exactly when you will arrive, right down to the very second. Even the streetlights are smart. They stay dim to save power and only brighten up as your car gets closer. Underneath the streets, Hyperloop pods are silently moving cargo so the surface stays perfectly peaceful. If you are walking, your AR glasses paint digital directions right onto the real world in front of you. When you arrive, your car drops you off and instantly drives away to its next job. Parking lots just don't exist anymore. To make all this look so easy, the city works incredibly hard beneath your feet. Robotic trash cans actually sort your waste underground for perfect recycling. Massive pneumatic tubes then whisk all that trash away to processing plants at high speeds. Look up, and every single roof has solar panels that shift and follow the sun for maximum power. The AI even monitors the city's water in real time, checking its purity down to the very molecule. If a pipe starts leaking, sensors detect the pressure drop way before a puddle even forms. A maintenance drone just flies out and fixes the leak before a human ever notices it happened. The whole energy grid acts like a living, breathing thing, sending power exactly where the city needs it most. Up high, wind turbines on top of skyscrapers catch the wind to power the upper floors. Meanwhile, the city brain dashboard is constantly monitoring the air quality to keep everything pure. Pulsing through all of this is a massive 6G network, invisibly connecting every sensor, car, and citizen. Shopping has completely changed too. You just walk into a store, grab what you need, and walk right out. No lines, no registers. Your smart glasses flash a receipt immediately. You essentially paid the second you picked up the item. That's because hundreds of ceiling cameras track your exact skeletal movement inside the store. If you want a coffee, you just wave your hand.
Thanks, have a good
Your
one.
body has literally become your credit card. A quick notification confirms your BioID payment. Your biology is your currency now. Even the billboards are tailored to you. They change as you walk by, advertising exactly what the AI knows you want. Behind the scenes, robots are restocking store shelves at lightning speed, predicting what people will buy next. When you order something to your house, a drone just drops it into a secure box in your backyard. Your bank balance goes down in the background. It's totally effortless, but completely tracked. Even the subway is frictionless. The turnstiles just open as you walk up by scanning your face from a distance. But here is where things get a little creepy. The city is always watching you. Thousands of cameras cover literally every angle. The system tags every face it sees, turning every single person into a moving box of data. Once it identifies you, your entire history and where you are going become completely visible to the system. At night, police drones start patrolling the parks, actively collecting data and analyzing human behavior. They use thermal vision to turn the darkness into a heat map. There is no hiding in the shadows anymore. The AI even predicts crime hotspots before they happen, lighting them up in red on police maps. When an emergency happens, the city turns every single traffic light green to clear a path for the ambulance. Hidden microphones in the streetlights are always listening, waiting for the specific sound of a gunshot or a scream. This is predictive policing at its peak, stopping a crime before the person even makes a move. If it wants to, the camera system can lock onto you in a massive crowd and track your exact steps across the entire city. So, where does all this surveillance data actually go? It flows straight into these massive, glowing server farms. There are miles and miles of fiber optic cables carrying the city's true lifeblood, your personal data. Behind the glowing screens, AI is constantly processing this endless stream of human information. Every click, every step, and every heartbeat is turned into a massive, flowing river of code. This city is connected to other smart cities all around the world, creating an absolutely massive global web. Every single second, hard drives are filling up with the intimate details of millions of people. City planners can even look at a 3D hologram of the city and test out new rules like they are playing a video game. With 100 terabytes processed every second, the scale of this data harvesting is beyond human understanding. And the giant big tech logos on the tallest towers are a constant reminder of who really owns all this data. Deep underground, supercomputer fans are spinning at max speed just to cool the heavy machines running your life. This is when the paranoia sets in. You go home to escape, but look at your smart TV camera. Is it really turned off? Your smart speaker pulses in the dark. It is quietly listening to every single conversation you have. Putting a cheap piece of tape over your webcam is basically the only real privacy you have left. Imagine trying to open a window for fresh air, and your house locks it because the system claims the air is unsafe. Your social credit score glows on the wall. Make one mistake, and your life gets noticeably harder. Certain areas of the city are suddenly banned for you just based on your recent behavior profile. Your smart assistant is no longer there just to help you. It is now a gatekeeper telling you no. You are totally visible inside a glass room, perfectly tracked, and completely powerless to stop it. The scariest part? Your most private data is probably being sold to the highest bidder on the dark web. You wave your hand at a broken motion sensor and nothing happens. What do you do when the system just decides to ignore you? But this whole utopia is incredibly fragile. Imagine if just one line of code goes wrong. The city lights start flickering wildly. A massive system error flashes across a public billboard. The city's brain is actually crashing. Suddenly, smart locks turn red. People are either trapped inside their apartments or locked out on the streets. Driverless cars just stop dead in their tracks. The perfect flow of traffic turns into a massive steel graveyard. Somewhere, a hacker hits enter. The central grid is breached, completely paralyzing the city. Bank accounts suddenly drop to zero. When your money is just digital data, it can be deleted in a heartbeat. You try to pay for food, but the scanner just beeps, error. The network is completely down. News tickers panic about a citywide blackout. The invisible systems we relied on have totally failed. People are just staring at their dead phones. Without the network, they are just holding useless bricks of glass. And then comes the total blackout. The smart city goes completely dark, leaving everyone with nothing but moonlight. Eventually, the sun rises and the lights slowly come back on. The glitch gets fixed, and all that convenience is back. A child goes back to playing with a robotic dog, a perfect pet that never dies and never bites. An elderly person is gently helped out of bed by a robotic caretaker. It's the ultimate split screen. The park looks beautiful, but the loud, massive server room is what actually makes it possible. You look out your high-rise window at the breathtaking view of the world we've built. But you really have to ask yourself the question, is all of this really just convenience? Look closely at the human eye blinking, slowly morphing into the cold camera lens that watches it. Or is this actually control? The choice is ours to make. Subscribe to CortexFrame if you want to dive deeper into the future.